The high school football season is flying by. Believe it or not, we have already handed out 4 game balls in each state. But today, we have 2 more that'll be sent off around the Dakotas. So let's bring in our North Dakota expert, Jody Norstedt, first. And Jody, I took a peek at your list. I saw some guys that didn't need the ball a whole lot to produce some big numbers.
Yeah, isn't that something? Davies Ty Satter touched it 8 times and scored 4 touchdowns. Future Bison Caden Kuntz had 7 touches and scored 3 times. We have some playmakers in the state, no doubt about it, Kelly.
Impressive. Well, let's hear about your top performers from over the weekend, Jody.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Thanks again for everyone submitting names and stats. It's getting harder and harder to leave names off, but that's a good problem to have. One of my favorite names from Varsity Sports Live on Friday leads it off. Give some love to Chance Danner of Thompson. He's a 6'5", 225-pound junior tight end that played a huge role in the Tommies' win over Mayport CG. Here's the crazy part. Through the first 5 games, he had 11 catches for 33 yards. On Friday, he caught 8 passes for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. The breakout game earns him a spot, although his teammate Nick Reck probably deserved it too. 180 yards and 2 scores on the ground for Nick, who will find his way onto this list soon enough. The powerful Kanan Fagerlin racked up over 200 total yards, reached the end zone 4 times for 3rd-ranked Shiloh Christian. Michael Hall of Kindred finds his way back on this list, 131 passing yards and 125 rushing yards to go with 4 scores in a key win over Milner North Sargent. Did you see what Mark Horner did Saturday for St. Mary's in a win over ranked Jamestown? The wrecking ball had a huge pick 6 and scored 2 more times on the ground. Saints and Shanley tangle on Friday on Midco Sports Network. I mentioned Caden Kuntz a moment ago. The Trinity standout rushed the ball 5 times for over 100 yards and 2 scores. He also caught a pair of passes and, oh yeah, took one to the house. The kid is blazing fast. Carrington's Trey Rosenau with 186 receiving yards and 2 scores. Big one for Trey's team. Friday against Langdon Edmore Munich will be there. Ty Satter, the son of NDSU Hall of Fame running back Tony Satter, scored on both of his rushing attempts and caught 6 passes for 91 yards and 2 more touchdowns. Yeah, he's a stud. Laramore's Carson Thorsel and Hazen's Tyson Van Ingwangen cracked the list too. Josh Vetch caught 3 passes from both teams. How about that on Friday? That takes talent. He also scored 2 touchdowns. Our game ball winner, though, is probably long overdue. Isaiah Izzy Olsen of top-ranked Bismarck had his 4th 100-yard rushing game of the season. He had 133 of his 169 yards by halftime in the 41-7 victory over ranked Fargo South. His 3 touchdowns in the game run his total to 11 on the year. I will say, Isaiah, make sure you share this one with your defense and Dylan Seibel in particular, because these interceptions he made were absolutely sensational.